Good morning, welcome back to the channel. So back here again, fresh eyes. Gonna have a quick look at the market and see where to start. Quick recap: EURUSD pushed down. I was expecting it to beat this low here, hasn't reached it. Come shy of it yesterday. So I was expecting to beat this low, came all the way back up. It looks like it's holding the structure, so this could be like a massive flag before it pulls out. So if it does get underneath here, I would expect it now then to drive down to beat this low and just continue this current price action, this current trend down. There's a high here, lower high, lower high. So I'd expect this to push down and break through this, and then after breaking this low, maybe target these previous lows here. So we'll see if that happens. Let me just get rid of this now. So gotta keep an eye on it. It's too early to do anything now. London session is about to start in 1 minute. Let's see, we may just get a reversal. So let's just mark it out just in case we do get a reversal. So it could be bought up from here. So if that next H1 candle that starts in 1 minute decides not to continue the current push down and it comes back and breaks here, maybe I'd look for a buyer there. So that's what it looks like on M5. So it's trending down now. Pole, flag, pole, flag, pole. Consolidating here, should then pull out here. If it pulls out in the new H1 candle, pulls back in, fakes like it's continuing, then breaks, then that's a potential reversal. But for now, I should be looking at continuing this trend and trying to sell this. But it's too early. I'm not just going to jump in the first 1 minute of a new session starting. So we're going to wait a little bit and see what London session where price looks to be heading before I make a decision on EURUSD. Quick recap on FTSE. So FTSE is a little bit annoying. As you can see, I marked this out yesterday. Let's get rid of some of this. We can leave that one. So I marked this out yesterday. We were looking at price when it was here. Was hoping it was going to pull into this zone to be bought, and as you see, it came shy of that zone here, and it went off and broke the new high, created that new high, which is the move I wanted for it to come in here and go off. But I didn't really get into that zone, so I was looking at DAX instead. So what happened overnight? I believe this was in the Asian session. It did come back to that zone, got in here, and now it's pushing up. So I could expect it to potentially now continue the trend, especially now it's tapped into this zone and continue driving up. So maybe there's a potential buy. I'm a little bit wary of FTSE now. I did like the price action from DAX yesterday, and I feel like I prefer it, even though DAX was a lot slower than FTSE yesterday. Whereas FTSE tapped into this zone, well, didn't even tap into the zone, almost tapped into the zone and broke the high. DAX did tap into the zone but hasn't moved from there, so it's tapped in the zone. So I was in that trade from here yesterday, tapped in the zone, pushed up, but it hasn't broken this high. I'm out of that position now. It was just going way too slow for me, and as I saw that FTSE had already broke that zone and it was heading down, I didn't really trust holding DAX for that long, because at any moment it could then start coming down. Then Euro started pushing up quite aggressively in the evening, so I anticipated that DAX will come down, which it's doing right now. I expected it yesterday, so I was out around here yesterday. But yeah, so that's where we are. We're gonna just have a look for now and see what's going on. Looks like it's just trending down. Maybe there's an opportunity to just catch a trend here. Let's get my period separators up so I can see what day. Properties. There we go. Okay, so today. Let's see what's going on. Still too early to jump into anything now. I want to see a clear vision. So drove up here, struggled, reversed, little reversal here, drove down, broke this low potentially, hasn't quite broken it yet. Get rid of this now. If it breaks this low, breaks that low, and it starts trending, yeah, maybe it goes back down. But that would mean I need to see some buying pressure from euro. Euros go down. So it's just too early to say. No real conviction in any direction. I mean, it's trending down right now, but I'm not going to jump in the trend there. And not on this candle. I expect euro to go down, as I said. I expect it to be here, go down here. But DAX is not moving up. DAX is actually moving down. So they usually go in the opposite direction. It still has potential to go up, as FTSE did yesterday. FTSE is pushing up. So maybe DAX is just a bit slow. Everything else is moving in accordance to what I'm seeing. FTSE pushing up, DAX should push up, and Euro should push down. That's how I'm seeing it. Euro's doing what I expect. Just have to wait. Gonna wait. Let's see what happens in this first 30 minutes. Maybe this is just a fake out here. Taps into this. Actually, there's a little bit of, there's a key price point there. Maybe it just taps here and pushes back up. We're gonna see. For those watching, let me know your thoughts. What are you looking at? Anyone trading gold today? May jump over the gold, have a look while this is making a decision on what he wants to do today. Probably get a reaction from here. Buy that to get a reaction. Bit of a risky trade. It's not the setup that I'm waiting for. And I'm actually expecting it to be sold, so it doesn't make much sense. Let's have a look at FTSE, see what's going on here. Nice little trend of FTSE. Could be a buy on FTSE. Come back to that. Little trend down here. What I'd love to see with DAX is it breaks this high and start trending up. Then I could buy that. Continue its current uptrend. Let's see what gold is saying. Gold finding some resistance up here. It's broke its structure, broke its trend. We had the higher lows here, and it's now broke it and it's pushing down. Currently trending down H1 and M5. I don't know, would I want to sell that when we got equal highs here? That could definitely go and attack later. Inefficiencies here. Definitely see more of an argument to buy gold rather than sell gold right now. But again, if I'm going to jump in for gold, I want to see a trend. I need to see something. Nothing's happening right now. All across the board. Maybe FTSE. Okay, US pushing down. I'm not going to jump in there. Maybe FTSE. Yeah, I may jump in on FTSE here. And just to get started. Let's see. Okay. Take a little chance on FTSE. See if it wants to continue to be aggressive. So anything moving. Tapped into my zone. It's reverse. Broke that structure. So we had a downtrend. Tapped into my zones. Reverse and broke that structure. Maybe it's going to go for a new high again. Let's mark it up. Get my stop loss in. 5, 18. Risking about 0.4. Haven't got that much on it. May add something if I get opportunity. Could double that. See what's going on Euro. Does Euro get bought from this price point now? Like I said, what I would expect is for it to be sold to get underneath here. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong here. Potentially. It could be bought up here and break this high. If it does, I'll look for a buy to continue going up. But I'm not going to sell down here. Bad position to sell from. Within this hour, would I say this hour? Let's check. Yeah. Within this hour, if this changes into a buy candle and breaks this previous H1 high, that's breaking this trend. Yeah. Potentially. So keep an eye on that. See what's going on with my trade here. Just try and continue this trend. There's a bit of a imbalance here. That's why I didn't want to get in initially. But as you can see, it tapped into this previous demand, broke it. So it tapped into it and then broke this previous high here. So suggesting it's about to push off again. Maybe it does, and I get a little bit of a move here. So okay with the entry. My stop loss is a bit generous, and it's because of this inefficiency here. It could just tap in here, come in around there, dance around there for a while before it goes off. So I'm conscious of that, giving it a bit of space for it to get active. And when it starts moving, then I'll adjust my stop loss, have it underneath here. I believe that's a H1 low as well. Yeah, so have it underneath here. I like to have my stop losses under the previous H1 lows. When it's trending on a higher time frame, you can see sometimes, or most of the times, previous H1 lows are respected. So as you can see, respected there, respected there, respected there. These are all just respected just about. So you can move it there eventually when it starts moving, because what it could do is what it did here, come and just tag into that price point a few times before it moves off. So it could do that again here, even a bit deeper before it moves off. So that's why I'm underneath here. This is the swing point. This is where this started reversing from. And also it's the zone that I wanted to buy it from. Okay, marked this out yesterday, tapped into it, and that's moving up from it. So I want to be there, and I'll adjust it to there, reducing my risk. I'm happy with the risk I got on 0.6, I believe, on the account, so it's not crazy. But I'm happy to reduce it as well, and I will do so when price starts moving. Come back to this. Yeah, it was a good decision. DAX is just not doing anything, so it was a good decision to play footsie for today. Play footsie. Euro's been moving down, but not with much conviction. Could still see a reversal building up here. And gold. H1 suggests gold is a strong trend going up. It looks like it's doing a pullback potentially. Where to? That's an option. That's more realistic, this price point here. Here, that's been visited there already. So it could be anywhere in this zone to be brought up again if it's going to continue its uptrend. But it's pulling back down right now. I mean, I would assume, I'm more inclined to believe that this trend is going to be maintained, as we haven't got a real reversal up here. This isn't a reversal price action. This is just equal highs up here. So at some point, maybe it continues up. So I could definitely see an argument to buy gold when it gets within this zone from here, up here. Maybe it's something to consider. Let me just mark it up. Right. Concern is this zone here hasn't been visited, so that's a real draw. Potentially price comes down all the way down here, and if it comes down there, that would be a good buy to try to get back up there. So this is the first zone. I would expect it to be bought out. If it gets through this, then I'll be looking down there. Take a little stab at gold maybe. Let's have a look. Maybe there's a quick scalp there. Let me see my position. Maybe there's a quick scalp here in gold. Let's say 1. Buying gold. Want it underneath here. Got some size on gold. Hopefully it doesn't just blast straight through this. Hopefully it stalls here a bit, then reverses, then aims for these highs here. That'll be a decent trade. If we 76, we might just scalp it. Being very aggressive this morning. But why not? So if you don't know, I am trading a 5%ers pot firm challenge. This is stage 1, so I'm being a little bit more aggressive. I'll prefer to be aggressive now, then slow down as I progress. So I'm taking a bit of a chance here with gold. It's not something I normally trade. I'm happy to take the risk at this evaluation stage. This FTSE trade could be a bit risky. This potentially is a reversal. We've got a left shoulder, we've got a head, and it has broken structure, and it's pushing down again. Potential risk, but it did tap into the zone that I wanted to buy from, and it's trending up. Hopefully it maintains that uptrend and pushes again. Going against me currently. Expected that because of this imbalance anyway, this inefficiency here. Expected it because of that. And as I said, I don't want to leave my stop loss here because of this potential here. It's going to have to give it some space and wait now. make a decision later. Let me know your thoughts. What are we looking at this morning? Are we looking at indices, currencies, or metals? Okay. The DAX is looking heavy. Euro could be bought. Could go a little scalp here on Euro. Five pips, not much. It's not looking good. Let's see. Let's see if there's any reason it needs to come down here. Other than this. Okay. Gonna hold the FTSE one a little bit longer. Not too concerned about that one. This one really needs to keep my eye on. Gold trade. Got some size in there. It's looking good now. Didn't have much of a structure there. It wasn't like a pawn flag. It wasn't trending, just dropped, right? Dropped to where the zone I wanted to buy from. So aggressive entry, as you can see. And I want to try to get back up there. Get back up there. That's 3% of the count. That would be great in one day. But that potentially could take all day to get there if it gets there. Worth the risk, I think. Just need to see how it plays out in here. May come in here, mess around, then potentially put a reversal to cover up. Hopefully it doesn't do that. Hopefully just in this London session, it just moves straight up. We get to see this while I'm streaming. Let's see how it plays out. Okay. So I think I picked the right pairs or instruments today. Euro just slow, no clear read. DAX was extremely slow yesterday. FTSE's moving. It's not moving in my direction yet, but currently, but it's moving. Gold is okay so far. May reduce my risk on gold. Let's see. 30 minutes into the London session. Bit early to decide anyway, so we're gonna wait. See what it looks like here. From this view, I'm quite happy with the purchase in gold, my little buy in gold. Clear trend up, dipped into this zone here. From here, could just push up again. That's what it's looking like so far. Quite happy with that. Oh, 1 second. Completely forgot what day it was. Tuesday. Cleaner was knocking upstairs. I just didn't hear her. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, back to work. If you could call this work. It's just sitting around looking at screens. Borderline gambling. Could have scalped that gold thing. Let's just be patient. Could have scalped it, but nice 0.3% from that little scalp from this. Might have been the sensible thing to do. If it gets to 0.5, I might just take a little bit off and reduce my stop loss. I want to see a little bit more from it before I do anything. Have a look at, maybe I should just leave this alone. Let's look at FTSE. Keep my eye on this guy. Big inefficiency, can see it pulling up a little bit. To continue the trend, should pull back down, then go. But if it's pushing down, what I don't want to see is it pull up here, then drive down again. If it does that, then I'll probably get out. That would be a little reversal here. So we had the trend here, it's broken structure already here, pulls up, fakes to continue up, then pushes down. That's a broken structure. It's likely to go down further, and probably that's my indication to take a little loss there. So I'll keep an eye on that. If it does that, I need to step out. I just need to step out. I do want to just hold it, but I need it to do what I need it to do. I need to see the price action that I need to see, you know, to stay in a move that's going against me. That's how I know if the read is right or not. Okay, so Euro still trending down. DAX should be pushing up. Okay, so a little pull up here. Therefore, FTSE should be pushing up as well. And the indices are trending up as well as gold. That's what happened yesterday. As you can see, gold is trending up. DAX, zoom out, trending up. FTSE, zoom out again, trending up, all in a similar fashion. So, and this is trending down, as you can see. Yeah. So the read initially was for this to continue down, break this low to get down here. Still has that potential. Therefore, DAX is pushing up to continuous uptrend. Still has that potential. FTSE should be in line with DAX. FTSE is the most likely to stop me out or not work out, because this is the start of a reversal pattern. Got the left shoulder, got the head, just need the right shoulder, which this potentially could be, and it takes me out. Doesn't mean the uptrend is done, it's just consolidating, going sideways before it pushes out again. We'll see. And gold is looking good. Nice entry. Nice little dip there. I want to see it get back up here. Checking on you guys. Let's have a look at M5. Can I reduce my risk now? Can I move my stop loss now? Probably should. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to take some profit from this as well. Take half off. Okay, so I'm just risking 0.25, 0.27 now. Could probably move to break even soon. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Wait for formation, a trend formation to start before I could do so, because I could see it coming back here, touching break even, then going off again. So I'm going to wait, give it some space, just underneath the swing low. We're aiming for the previous highs and beyond, possibly. Maybe take some profit up here and leave a runner. Good morning, William. Are you still in that gold trade? I just jumped in gold, as you can see. Maybe I'm going to hold it to 4,000, like you suggested yesterday. Above here is 4,000 anyway, so I could do that quite easily. Are you trading gold today? Oh, we've got 0.3. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like I said, there's an argument to hold it anyway. This isn't a reversal pattern per se. This is just equal highs up here, so you may get opportunity to get out again later. and you may get the TP initially you had. So don't beat yourself up too much about it. I know it's hard. It's easy to say when you're not in the trade, especially when you see it going against you, going all the way back down here. But I know. I mean, I know the feeling. That's why I like to take some size off, take partials when I can, so I don't get that regret. But maybe it gets back up there and you're rewarded for your patience, maybe. See how my FTSE trade's looking. It's holding. It's not moving, but it's holding. It's just drive straight through. That's not a good indication that it's going to hold. Need it to get back up here, flag and break. That would have been a better entry here. Oh well. No, I actually exited the DAX trade. It was just moving too slow, and then Euro was. Look, I'm so glad I did. So I exited it yesterday. I can't remember, possibly around here. FTSE had already broke this previous high, and DAX just stayed there. And then Euro had, instead of pushing down from here, it came all the way up. So I thought maybe, you know, if it's the currency is pushing up, the index may start pushing down. It held, it didn't move. This is still going down. And as you can see, look, it came all the way back down close to my end. My entry was here. So I exited yesterday. I don't really like to hold it overnight because you get this back and forth a lot. So I prefer being like an intraday trader. Just get my trades within the day and try to step out of it, not hold it unless I'm strong in conviction or I got a small piece, I'm willing to let it ride. Just had to exit it. Don't like to spend the rest of the day thinking or checking my phone, checking where it is. I hate that. And that's something I'm working on. I want to limit it to only trading within a session. So if I decide I'm going to trade for 2 hours today, that's it. I don't want to trade for the rest of the day. I don't want to go. It's an old habit I used to have. I used to trade from 7 a.m. to 11 or 10 p.m. You know, I'll trade every single moment because I was on my phone. It became a game. So I don't really want to do that anymore. All right, so gold is pushing against me. DAX is pushing against me. Euro's pushing down though. Argument to hold. DAX could hold. FTSE could hold. This gold entry, I don't think it's gonna hold. I feel like it's gonna go through. So I'm gonna close my gold position. Take the profit, leave a small piece, and see if that goes. Leave a small piece and see if it decides to get back up at there. If not, it's gonna stop me out for $93. Could reduce this as well. Yeah, I don't see how this is gonna hold. It may just take me out, then go. Yeah, I'm out. Let's call this a scalp for gold for today. Wasn't a bad trade. Maybe there's a better entry down here. clean this up. Question is, do I buy DAX from there? It's dipped. Euros dropping. I'm in this already. Maybe there's a buying opportunity in DAX. I'm gonna leave DAX today. It's just moving too slow. Already committed to the FTSE trade here and just go hold this FTSE trade. Do I jump in the momentum for this Euro trade? It's doing exactly what I want it to do. Heading back down here. And then react from there, which is what I would have expected. Let's look at H1. I don't see how it doesn't go through. Let's see if we can find an entry. Let's keep an eye on Euro. See if we can find an entry for Euro to try continue this drive down and potentially it breaking and taking these lows. Okay, what's it looking better now? I could just be patient and just wait for this FTSE trade to play out, call it a day. Gold is playing with me. I'm happy with the gold trade. Quick scout 0.4. I'm happy with it. Might just scout for a while. It's a lot easier than holding and hoping. Might just scout for a while. Been scalping since I started and done very good scalping. Quite aggressive in scalping, but what I'm trying to do now is make sure I'm scalping from zones or price points and not just based on structure. At this time, DAX tends to give more, so that's why I normally trade DAX, FTSE, Euro, and GU at this time. The best time to trade NAS 100 is during New York session, in my opinion. I'm gonna have a look and see if it's moving. I'm pretty sure. Not going that far. Let's get my market watch. I mean, it's normally trending slow, consolidating around this time. I haven't got that patience. I want to see some price action. All right, let's clean this up. Naked. Please. and time. There we go. Okay, so for example, yesterday around this time, whole load of consolidation. Okay, nothing doing. Previous day, low consolidation. But New York session, look at that, big drive down, massive drive down. New York session starting around there, big drive up, massive drive up. So best moves are in the New York session for Nasdaq, which makes sense because that's when stocks are moving. Stocks start trading in the New York session, within the New York session. So that's when you expect the volatility from the indices that are tracking the stocks. Big drive up, New York session, low consolidation. Not to say it doesn't happen, but most of the times it's consolidation or small trends. And I think you could get better movement from currencies, European currencies around this time. You know, as you can see, this isn't much. You need to put a lot of size to get something out of this. When you could put, look what we've got so far in euro. I think we started here, this candle alone. $18 pips. Put some size on that. Decent move. This may be the main move for this session. Whether it takes this low within the session, I don't know, but heading down there still. Got DAX. DAX is pushing down, not making any sense right now. Glad I didn't jump in there. FTSE's making a lot of sense. Just need it to hold and break again, push up. I'm looking at reducing my risk on FTSE soon. Moving my stop loss. Just underneath here. Looks like this is going to hold. The next H1 candle will be important to see whether this holds or not. I want the previous H1s to be respected. So far, just respected. So I can have my stop loss underneath here. And hopefully that next H1, it just stays here and pushes up. So that's what I'm looking for. Let me just check. I might move my stop loss now. It's done everything I expected it to do. Come back to fill this inefficiency. Came back down here. It's gone back to fill this inefficiency. No reason to come back again. So maybe my low is there. Because if it does come down here again, it's just maybe it's like a little reversal attempt to push down further into my zone and potentially target my stop loss. So don't want that. Prefer to take a smaller loss here. 0.2. Yep. Okay. Happy with that now. If it does take me out, hopefully it goes further down. So that justifies me taking a smaller loss rather than a big one. Hopefully it doesn't come back down, just pushes up, goes to TP. I may leave one of these as a runner, see if we could get higher than this price point. I may even take one off just before this price point and leave one to target that price point. Let's see. Scalp it. Are you still in the gold trade? Are you still holding it? I lost my conviction. As you can see, well, I'm quite happy I lost my conviction. If I moved to break even, I would have been out by now. My stop loss is just underneath there. I'll be very concerned if my stop loss was still there. Looks like it would have stopped. It's gonna stop me out if I held it. Break even would have been taken out. So right, this decision I made. Not to say I don't believe it's still going up. Still has the potential. All these equal highs there still has the potential to go up. Question is when? Before or after taking me out? And that's the problem sometimes. That's why it's easier to scalp. You don't need to really worry about that too much. Find your entry, take a few points and get at the market. I think it's actually a decent way to trade if you're a retail trader. We haven't got a lot of control in how price moves. We don't know the agenda or direction. We do know that we are a part of liquidity. So taking an approach of getting in and out as quick as possible is not bad. But obviously you do miss bigger moves. You just need to make a peace with it. Okay, so happy not in the euro trade, moving slow now. Happy I held this FTSE trade. Patience paid off. Something I remembered from yesterday. Happy not in this DAX trade. Wanted to buy this, but no conviction in it right now. And happy I got out of this gold trade. Good read so far, not bad. Maybe I shouldn't tempt it too much this morning. Good reads so far. So I would have got stopped out, I think, or come close to getting stopped out. 4 more minutes to this H1 candle. Not looking great for the buy right now. Maybe it comes within this zone. But like I said, I marked this price point out here. This is a key price point. Tell you why in a sec. So equal highs, that could be resistance. It broke through it and it didn't use it as support. Normally it will bounce back here to use it as support and go through. It hasn't used it as support. So there's potential it comes back down here and that will be a decent buy to try to take it back up there. But this is the first zone you should be looking to buy it from, as I did. Got a little reactions coming against me. So I got out. If it holds here and goes off, great. But if it comes down here, that's a better entry. So I'm going to keep my eye on gold this week. See what happens. Am I tempting fate holding that FTSE trade? I'm back into profit. No, I'm not tempting fate actually. I'm just being patient. Let's see what happens up here. I've already reduced the risk. I should be fine. So I entered based on this breakout candle here, but that would have been better. It had potential to come down because of this. It didn't look like it was going to do that. It looked like it was gone, but it came all the way back down. That's the entry, better entry, and that's push up. I need it to beat this high to hold this within the next, I don't know, actually, need to give it time. We've got a new H1 candle coming. We're going to see what happens. But obviously, I don't want to see it come down here. Let me just check. Let me reduce my stop loss a little bit to this previous. Yeah, I don't want to see it underneath this H1 candle now. Give it a little bit of room because it's been playing around here a bit too much. I want to see this H1 low respected. New H1 candle come dance around here if it wants, but push up, make it scalp the first entry and leave the other one to go. Let's see what happens. 1 minute to the next H1 candle. New hour to start. Let's see what happens. So you're holding trade, you're holding the gold trade. Try get all in this one move. Correct me if I'm wrong. Risking 1%. That would be a good way to start if you get that. I'll be very happy for you. I remember the first time this high stakes challenge started. I was very excited. I jumped in. I was so aggressive. They're giving you 1 to 100 leverage. I was so aggressive. Day one, I don't know, maybe took about 4 trades and I passed phase 1 or something like that. Yeah. And there was another time I think I passed it in 3 days or something like that. It's crazy because of the leverage. And if you take a very aggressive approach and you get lucky, yeah, you could, everything works out. It could do so. There was a setup I used to trade that I was like hitting like 95% win rate. That setup's gone now. I used to trade it quite often, and when I saw it, I just went in aggressively because I didn't even see it losing. And I was very naive. This was maybe 2 years ago. I was very naive. I didn't know the market changes in terms of the setups and stuff like that. I thought I discovered something that wouldn't change. I stopped trading that way. I'll show you an example of it in a second. This isn't doing nothing yet. So it was on EURUSD. There was more inefficiencies in the market, and I used to try to exploit them. Yeah. So I used to trade imbalances. So I'll give you a good example if I could find one here. If I could find one. It's just so hard to find nowadays. That's a reversal. I wouldn't call that imbalance. And this is an imbalance, okay? So when prices just aggressively go in one direction on the H1 candle, okay? So here, boom, straight up, right? What I would do, mark the break point. This isn't a good example. The buyer's there, but it's not a good example. Let me find a better example. Like I said, so hard to find now. Probably see it in JPY, USD JPY. That was full of it. That used to be my go-to place. EURUSD and JPY. But now it's just like it's slow and choppy. Ah, there you go. There's a good example. Even better example, but that one didn't hold. All right, so here, price comes down one way, then big imbalance, boom, right? When price comes back to that point where it broke the previous candle, previous H1 candle, yeah, I would buy this and get a quick scalp, 10-pip scalp, like this, get a quick scalp. So that's 10 pips. Stop loss under the previous H1. I used to just do that. I used to set limit orders, just leave it, get an alert whether it was entered and whether it hit TP. That's what I used to do. So if you watch my very early videos, that's all I used to do. Set them like that, boom. Find any inefficiency like this, mark it out, boom. That's one. Here's another one. This one, I don't even know if it hit. Sometimes I will get a trade within like a minute. Sometimes I set an order, forget about it completely, and it would hit. This looks like it hasn't hit, but it may have reacted before it hit. So that's an example. But as you can see, these inefficiencies are now rare. It's hard to find. All right, so Euro USD is now moving. Well, don't know yet. I'm gonna mark it up and see if the H1 candle is in play, because if it is, there's an argument to buy. If this breaks through here, I will buy this. So what then happened? So that setup I used to trade, I saw it wasn't working as often. And what I did is jump onto a lower time frame. And what I found is, instead of waiting for price, once it's broke that H1 candle, instead of waiting for price going all the way here and coming back down to react, let me just buy it when it breaks this H1 candle, right? So that's how I adapted to the shift in market when it started cleaning up the inefficiencies earlier. So that's what I started doing. And that became my setup that I traded for about a year and a half. And recently that hasn't been working because there's been a lot of fake outs. And that's why I'm looking now at trading with the trend, higher time frame, looking at flag and poles on the higher time frame, marking out the zones and scalping them, which is all in line with the same setup. It's all supply and demand. I think like strategies sometimes get dated. I think like the more and more we all, I mean, talk about strategies and use the same setup, I feel like it becomes common knowledge. And if that's the case, and I'm someone that's trying to make money, I'll trade in the opposite direction of a very popular strategy. That's the way I looked at it. But what I saw in the market is what made me make the decision. If I had like a 95%, 90% win rate and it then dropped down to 70, and I'm doing everything that I've back tested, I had to review it. And that's what I saw is like it just wasn't hitting. So try to find a way that I could fix it. That's what I do. That's my problem. I'm always trying to fix things. Okay, not looking good. And then I adapted to the market and it made a big difference in my win rate. Again, got it back up. And I feel like you can't just stay still. You can't just hope that your strategy works. You just need to review it. If you have a plan A, you need to have a plan B. And if your plan A is not working, you need to, go to the plan B. I'm on plan C right now. If you like. It's still all supply and demand. It's just a different way of viewing it. And I think that flexibility increases my knowledge anyway. So it's still the same thing. Price pulls back here. Here's the low. Eventually breaks up. Then when it pulls back here, I'm looking at the high there for entry, medium for entry, and the low here potentially. I don't like buying down here. So I look for the medium here. Got that on a higher time frame. Then on a low time frame, I look for the trend now to continue that push to try to get back up. So it's all the same thing. Trading with the trend, just various ways of reading it and entering the market. So it hasn't changed so much. It's just, if you like, the entry criteria has been adapted to suit market conditions. And depending on what instrument or what pair you look at, it may be a different approach. Okay, so for example, so this FTSE 100, big imbalance here. Previously, I'll just mark this up and wait for price to come back here and sell it for the reaction. So with that knowledge, I'd expect this to eventually get there. So instead of waiting for it to get here to sell this, I'm going to catch this trend here and try to take it up there. And that's why I said when it gets up here, I will take one of my positions off, because this could then push down, making this a reversal, a head and shoulders reversal, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And that's what we're trying to see. So I'm trading it up, scalping it up with the trend to get there. And if you zoom out on the higher time frame, I'm trading with the higher time frame trend. So there's an argument for it to push up. So I'm just tying in everything together really. Nothing's really changed, just being flexible with the market. Volume order block. Are you trading with MT5? And is volume order block the indicator you mentioned on MT5? I've tried different ways of looking at it. Used to trade a lot with indicators, got rid of them all because I felt it was distracting me, and when I did, I was able to read the charts better, so that did help me just getting rid of indicators. And then when I got the consistency, or I had a struggling week, I thought, okay, is there any indicator that will help me see what I'm looking for better, right? And I've tried everything available, and just there was nothing that would have gave me a better entry than me just reading price action. So I just stayed away from it. So let me know if that indicator for you has helped you, or you believe it helps you, because it's like a second voice, really. It's like reaffirming what you are seeing already. And do we really need that? And that's how I feel. A lot of the indicators are just like replicas of what's happening in price. So why do I follow the copy that may give me a delayed entry when I could follow the price action that's actually happened that gives me a better entry? And I was getting better entries reading the naked price action. So that's why I strayed away from indicators. When I used to trade stocks, the only indicator I used to use was volume. I can't remember what it was called, but it was based on volume, which made sense. You could see when the volume is kicking in and so on. I tried to find the equivalent here, it just doesn't work. Maybe, I don't know, would it work on indices here? Because if you're looking to buy and the volume kicks in, cool. But everything I've back tested, it's just never been consistent. Let's see if we get some indicators up here. What was the one you were looking at? Volume order blocks. It's not here, is it? Let's just try normal volume. Let's make this red down, green. Let's do blue up. This is an example. So here you can see it sold. This blue indicator says it bought. So can't really rely on that. You could argue maybe it's because of the way to buy you need to sell, okay? So that's an indication that it's going to be bought up later. You could argue that, right? So every time I see a spike in buying, yeah, blue indicator, I should look to buy it, but look, it didn't happen, got sold again. So I don't know. Just there was no consistency. Every time I back tested it, I just couldn't find anything that worked, that confirmed what I was seeing. Okay, so sold here, spike in buying activity, low buy, then dropped again. Eventually got bought here. So yeah, unless I just buy this, buy it all around there, small positions, and give it a generous stop loss, and eventually it gets back up there. Yeah, maybe that's how you trade it with this. It worked there. This isn't selling, so it sold here, so it did sell here. Okay, this came down, then it got bought, so I should be buying this because there's been an increase in buying, and eventually it should move up. Maybe might have to revisit that. Maybe it works on indices. I had a look at currencies, it just was not working at all. Oh yeah, back to work. keeping an eye on EURUSD. If within this hour it does break this H1 candle, may take a buy there. Yeah, it's doing what I expected to drive down, pulls up. If it pulls back down here, holds and pushes up, it means it's broken this downtrend structure, breaks this H1. That's what I used to trade all the time to get a swing point reversal, small little reversal. And I will take that trade, even though it hasn't been hitting often for me recently or as often. I'm happy to take a small scalp here to try push it back up. There's a inefficiency here. This gap down, so I can see price if it does push up to try fill this at some point, and that then means the higher time frame trend is just being maintained. It's more of consolidation. Consolidated here, broke out, came back into that zone, it broke out. So it may hold from here, and then have another try to push it back up. We'll see. Early days for that. Right now, I'm going to see if it breaks this H1. FTSE trade is doing absolutely nothing. I may consider taking one size off if it continues doing nothing. So DAX is pushing down. Glad I am no longer in it. If DAX continues pushing down, maybe this argument to buy Euro has increased. Let's see what happened with my gold trade. So I got stopped out, of course. And now maybe there's the buyer there. So let's have a look. Maybe it puts in a little reversal here, and then that should be the buy. You could be right about something, but not necessarily right moment for it. So if it breaks this H1 candle, I'll be inclined to buy this to take it to try run these previous highs on gold. DAX not touching DAX, not giving me any read at all. FTSE finally moving a little bit. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so finally taking this high. Okay, about to. That's not doing anything. Gotta keep my eye on FTSE for now. What's up, Millennial FX? Yeah, I've just been busy with the kids. Summer's difficult time to have free time to myself, and there was no routine with the kids at home. Went away, few trips here, few trips there, refurbishment here. Just been busy, so it didn't make sense for me to trade. So it was a good time to take a break, spend some family time. And I'm back. They're back in school now. Got my time back in the morning, so I'm back here. Trading's been good. It's back and forth, but I've been profitable this year, so I'm quite happy about that. What I did actually a lot in the summer and helped with the kids, I just worked on mindset a lot. So I was looking at Stoic philosophies, and it talks a lot about focusing on things you can control, which is essentially your own emotions. And I was just trying to apply that all through summer with my kids. So try not to be too reactive. And I figured if I could get it done with them, it will help make me a better person. And also I could apply it to everything else I do. So I was working more on mindset, and it's helped a bit. I just need to remind myself about it on a daily basis, because to be able to change the behavior, you need to be able to do it consistently. And that's where I am right now. And yeah, that's it. Good try. So I'm I got while I got up here. I don't know if you saw. I was trading yesterday. I was streaming yesterday. Got a 5% high stakes 100k challenge. So I'm starting slow. It's a 2-step evaluation. So I'm starting slow. What I've noticed recently is that the setup I used to trade hasn't been hitting like it was. So I'm trying something new here. Gonna try to learn through this, and then depending on how this goes, maybe I'll go back to the hypergrowth challenges and take it from there. This is the last quarter of the year. I'm gonna try to be patient with this one, and then look to get back being a little bit more aggressive with the scalps next year. That's a plan. How's trading been for you? Hopefully it's been going good. Have any of you guys in the chat noticed a shift in the price action, like the structure? Because that's I don't know. Maybe it's because I took a break and come back. I feel like there's been a lot more fake outs in certain instruments. Structure wise, it's changed a bit, especially Euro USD. I used to be obsessive with Euro USD. I could get rid of this indicator now. It's distracting me. Bye bye. Need to see my charts. Alright, this FTSE trade is getting on my nerves. It's not moving at all. Been here for a while. Is it taking this high? Hasn't taken the high. It should though. So for it to be sold, it should be sold here. So push down here, go there, and sell again to get these lows. But hold here and just pushed up. So I expect it to take this high. Could add to the position here. But we already got 2 positions there. If I add, makes it a small scalp. But if I hold it, gives me space. If I keep the size I got more space to hold it. So I think I'll just hold it. I already made something today, 0.5 at least today. I'm just going to try and manage this, try and reduce the risk using these H1 lows. Be patient a little bit. Yeah, I've just been trading Forex because it works with my availability. Not familiar with Darwin X. Is that available on 5%ers, or is that something else? I'm not familiar what that is actually. Is that a different trading platform? Yeah, consistency is the key. Even if it's small wins. So like I've been doing calculations in my head. What would I be happy with, right? Because I do trading as something to do. You know, it's not like I'm trying to get rich overnight with. If it could give me additional $500 a month, I'll be happy with that, right? Seriously, that'd be more than enough. And to do $500 in a month is quite easy, right? If you break it down, we're talking about less than $150 a day. No, $150 a week. So to do that is quite easy. You just aim for what, $30 or $20, $25 a day. That's quite easy with a decent account size. If you could be consistent, if you had that mindset of consistency, $30 a day or $100 a day, I prefer $100 a day, 3 trades a week, $300 a week, 600, that's $1,200 a month. Make a big difference to a lot of people. The problem is there's gonna be bad days, right? So prop firms are good for this because you know you don't risk all your money. But if you had your own personal account, a large amount, and you took that approach, that's an income, you know. I look at it the same way I look at property. Like, if I had a property and it was returning like $600 a day, $600 a month, I'd be happy with that. So if I could take this approach here and just return $500 a month, I'd be happy with that. But to get to that stage where I'm happy to put a lot of my own resources into a trading account, like 100K or even 20K, 20K to 100K, I want to be confident that I could do it consistently. And that's where I am. All of this is like trial and error. The longer, bigger picture is to put a substantial amount in a trading account and just take little scalps. 10 pips here, 10 pips there. Take little scalps, $50 here, $100 there. And then stack it up for the month, withdraw it. Yeah. Withdraw it every month. And then throughout the year, I think that money will give me a better return than if it were just sitting in an index fund. I got stuff sitting in index funds, it's giving me decent returns. I mean, better than property sometimes. So I'm quite happy about that. But I know it could be doing more. So I looked at starting businesses. I'm still looking at starting businesses. And I know how much more work it requires to start a business, where this doesn't require that much work. An hour or two a day, 3 times a week, possible, better returns. All right, this FTSE is getting on my nerves. Can I be patient? I'm going to be patient. I don't like it. It's not looking good. Let me just check my risk again if I'm happy with it. 0.4, break even day. Yeah, I could be patient. I'm going to leave it alone. Just sitting there waiting for it to move, and it's moved in my direction maybe about 2 or 3 points. And now it's about to dry down again. Anyway, still nothing. Let's see gold. Gold is the one. I'm gonna take a buy on gold. Hopefully it doesn't just drive down now. Would expect to sell, hold, and push up, but so close to this previous H1 candle after coming back into that zone. I'd like to see it drive through, and I'll scalp that and call it a day. If not, we are done. Don't want to see it under this low. I'm going to give it space. Don't want to see it underneath this low. This is my zone. I'm expecting some kind of reversal of this price action heading back up there. That's what I want to see. So far, it's possible. Gonna hold this FTSE one. If it wants to take me out, it's gonna take me out. It's gonna do what it wants to do. Hopefully it doesn't. No reason for it to. Still pushing down. This should be pushing up. It's not. I might exit this FTSE one. Yeah, I think I'm done with FTSE. No reason for it to be coming back down there. Yeah, I'm done with FTSE. Just taking too long, been in here for over hours, not doing anything. Gold for the win. Gold trade may take a little bit longer though. I'm gonna give it space. Let's see. So EURUSD still pushing down, still trending down. That could have been entry there. No reversal here. On the break of that candle. It's not conclusive yet. Bit impatient with this gold one. Should have waited for it. That break of the H1 candle that will indicate that this trend is not holding and is pushing up. So a bit impatient with that. Hopefully it plays out. Even if it draws down a little bit more, still got potential to push back up. This zone is important from this side to this low is important. This is the zone from here that drove it up here, created as equal highs. So if it does hold, should push back up there. At least that's what I would like to see. So it looks like Euro's continue its downtrend, nice and slow. Don't know what's going on with DAX. Should be being pushing up here, same as FTSE, but neither of the two are moving now. Looks like there's not a lot happening for the rest of this session. It might be closer towards the New York session. We see some price action. So this may be the last trade I'm taking today, at least for this session. That was the move. That's all we got today. That 10 pip drive on Euro, not done much. FTSE didn't do nothing at all. DAX as well. A slow, choppy downtrend. If you trade this, good luck. And the move could have been from gold, but it's not doing a lot. So slow morning, again, expected because there's no real news catalyst. Don't think there's much happening later that's going to make it price move aggressively. Let me just quickly check. Okay, so there is another speech from ECB president that started already and it hasn't moved the market. We've got trade balance from the US that may have a reaction. Probably does because there's nothing else happening. It's not a major, it's not high impact news, but there's nothing else happening. So maybe it moves the market a bit. All right. So I'm going to hold this gold trade, see if I could get a scalp here. Hopefully within this next 30 minutes, it breaks this high. If it does, that's good. Holds and pushes up. Maybe get a scalp here, leave a runner. That's what I'm going to try to see how that plays out. Nothing on DAX. FTSE disappointing today, and Euro slow as well. So not a lot going on, people. I'm not going to stick around looking at the screen. I'm going to get on with my day. Hopefully it plays out like I want, and hopefully you guys have a good trading session this morning. I'll be back tomorrow. Last stream tomorrow for this week. I'm away on Thursday, but I will be back tomorrow. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that. If you have, don't forget to leave a like so others could see this, and I'll be back in the morning on the session tomorrow. Until next time, this is Patrick signing out. Peace.